Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Great afternoon to everybody, to you and your families. Um, Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media. Before we continue, Sister Ateam, you most likely you got cut off while the music's playing. Come back in. Come back in. Come back in. Come back in. Come back to the panel. Come back in, Sister 18. All right. We're going to sister. I'm going to chop it up with Sister 18 3307 on the Darkest Roundtable on this channel. So before while she make her way back, let's get these announcements out the way. Shout out to Queen Coco Tina. Shout out to Queen Coco Tina. Again, great afternoon to y'all. You know, holiday season started about 2 days ago. Man, 3 days more for Thanksgiving. So y'all do some traveling. Please travel. If you by yourself or you with your family, friends, whatever, because the crazies is out there. Protect yourself as all times. Do your due diligence, please, because the crazies is out there. So I want y'all to do that. Thank you very much, appreciate that. Shout out to the underrated one family. Shout out to the underrated one family. Me and Cocatina. Also the day ones and the ones along the way. Thank y'all so much for supporting me throughout the years. Thank y'all so much, very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. Let's keep on fighting for the truth, and just keep on with the keep on. Shout out to No Duck Zone. Stay right there, A-Team. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. I got you. Stay right there. Stay right there. I got you. Also, No Duck Zone podcast. Brother McLean is significant one. Sister Tiffany. Keep up the fine work. Keep up the fine work. And the ones with them. Keep up the fine work. No Duck Zone podcast. Also, shout out to hashtag TWT family, brother G5, his significant one, sister Quee. They got a great movement there, and keep on doing what you gotta do. The mighty LDC. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to that goes to Lions Den Boston community. Better 7A Sports, better known as the General. Thank you, brother, always. And the rest of the LDBC fam support me throughout the years. Still roll with them LDBC all day. And shout out to brother Tom Biz. That's the one who introduced me to LDBC years ago. Still roll with them again. LDBC all day. All right. Thank you very much, brother Fish. That's my day one right there. Day one. So thank you so much. And so we're gonna get this going. Now, let me tell people this. Sister AT, stay right there. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so you could come up on the panel, all right? So you come up on the panel. Oops, wrong way. Stay right there. Stay right there. This is the link for only Sister AT. Yeah, shut up. Stay right there. This is the link for only her Sister 18. Use that link to come up to the panel. All right. Use that link to come up to the panel. All right. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this quick. Yeah. Have you got the link, Sister 18? I might erase it. I might erase it too quickly. In fact, let me see. Let me do it again because I'll probably erase it. Hold on, Sister 18. So hold, Sister 18. Keep on buffer. All right, hold on. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to your email. All right. Send it to your email. Watch out for it. Check out your email. Anybody can hear me, press 1. Anybody can hear me, press 1. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Great afternoon. Great afternoon. Thank you, brother. Keep up the fine work. Keep up the fine work. Thank you. Yeah, check your email right now, and then just come on up. We gonna get you on one way or the other. We're gonna get you on one way or the other. You know, sometimes this social media be tricky sometimes. They be thinking that, oh, it's you and it's them. So, you know. But we're gonna get you on so we can do this chopper. We can do this chopper. Um well while we waiting for it, like I got some jet news for y'all. The last what is his last name is Taliban. He used to be the general manager of the Jets. Woody Johnson had got him the to look for a general manager and head coach. I don't know why. I don't know why this happening like that, but I might do a live on that. I don't know. I don't know. I see quite a few people doing it. But it was let's see. I'm just gonna I'll just put it out there. And Daniel Jones of the New York Giants, I believe that they're gonna release him today, or they already did, or they get ready to. So do some sports news of that. So like that. But anyway, we gonna stick to the topic here. Stick to the topic. So she's trying to get on. So see if she can get on. I believe she's gonna get on anything. But you know what though? While we waiting, you know, weather is crazy though. Usually this party it'd be snowing, it'd be cold, right? That'd be nice, like 50, 60 degrees and stuff. Wow, I mean, like, people say, where the snow at? 1 second, y'all. Fine, we got her on. Good afternoon.
Grand afternoon to everyone.
There you go. Now we good now. We good now. How's your afternoon so far?
It's good. It's nice and sunny outside.
Nice and
I need to
sunny
go
out.
take me a walk later before
Ah,
it gets too cold when I finish
got
the show.
got you. Welcome to the chop up. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. It's an honor. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And also, I want you to ask questions about me too. That's how it goes.
Okay.
Ask me questions, all right? So
Um,
we gonna get to it already. How I noticed that how I first met you. Take heed to the message.
she is diabolical. She is why I started watching YouTube.
Oh, really?
All about her. She
Got
has made a great impact on me and my daughter because when I'm listening, like most of the time, my daughter is listening too. And
Mm,
my daughter's live with some of her friends, and they love Take Heed. Sometimes, she's the truth. And
mm,
sometimes, a lot of times, the truth is bitter. However, we could make it sweet if we
Yeah,
just dig deep, if we just dig deep and make some changes within ourselves.
yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
we gonna get in more to that too about you because before we continue, how I got to take heed to the message, I just ran to her about humble.
Humbly living or who?
No, just humble, just to go through the. I was setting up my live, one of my lives, and I just ran. I heard of her, but then all of a sudden, I got in one day. She said, "Oh yeah, some people talk about you." I said, "Yeah, yeah, they be saying you be telling that truth." I like so me, and so that's how I got to her, and then I've been staying tuned with her since and everything, and so that's about it and everything.
I, I
How
pretty
that happens,
and I pretty
and
much just I just watch the people that's in her tribe, in her community.
yeah,
I don't be all over
right,
YouTube in every
mm-hmm.
social space.
Mm-hmm.
And um after I had my strokes, I can't get back into my
Oh wow,
excuse me, sometimes I have brain farts. I could not get back into my Facebook. So I'm not ready right now. I'm trying to get all my strength back and heal completely.
got
And
you.
then, I will get back on to social media. But
Don't
I just
worry about.
we
Well,
have
right
to
now
watch.
we gonna work with you. Don't worry about.
Yes,
I'll be patient with you. Don't worry about that. So,
yes.
don't worry about it. We over here. We got you.
So
We
first of
got
all,
you.
where are you from?
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. And did you migrate to somewhere else?
Well, I migrated to Virginia back in June of 2012.
Okay. What did you do for a living
What I do for a living, I do social media and other things.
previously?
Previously,
Yes, sir.
I do social media content.
No, previously in your life.
Oh,
You
previously in
know,
my life, I
you
did a
was
lot.
working.
I'm working where
You
I did. I work in a hospital. I did law firm. Um, I do off the books job. Other things. Oh, but all long time I always wanted to get
mhm.
to social media. Huh?
You have any children?
I did have one, but I lost it back in 2009.
Sorry to hear that. It's burying a child is something that
Well,
no parent wants
what
to
happened
do.
was, hey, brother Jeff, thanks for coming. Well, what happened was, I was with this young lady in New York at the time we had a relationship. The baby had died in her stomach, going on 4.5 months old.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
that's how I talk
So,
about that in my channel. So
so you the uncle.
huh,
You
huh,
the rich uncle.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So like that. So that's a loss that I don't wish that on nobody. You know what I mean? So
Mm-mm.
I don't.
Mhm.
You know, as a woman, I don't understand how I won't operate. No, that's not. You ain't talking about that. That's something different. You hear what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's
Yes, sir.
something different as a man, but God had other plans.
Yes, that's what we have to. It's his plans and not ours.
Not ours. So that's the way I look at it. Let me ask you this question. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut,
Get out.
the port city. Hey.
Out. Yeah, yeah, I go more on that.
Yeah, I used to be in New York a lot. I used
Really?
to get my hair braided. Yeah, we used to take Metro North to go shopping, see shows, get our hair braided, go to the
Get out of
club.
here.
Back in the day, you could have taken somebody else's birth certificate and social security card to the DMV and get a fake
Mhm.
ID.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
had
yeah.
we had fake IDs back then.
Yeah, right.
We
Yeah.
got in.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now you're telling your age now.
Oh, I don't mind. I say it proudly. I'm 50, baby. I lived a half of a century.
You know,
Growing
okay.
old is a blessing. It's a
Yeah,
blessing.
congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. So you originally from Connecticut. Oh, he kicked out. Oh, she come back. Ah, the social media, man. Social media. Jeff Sparks in the building. Thank you. Hold on for 1 second, please. Hello? Hello? Sister 18? Hello? Hello? You might have to go back out and come back in. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for her to come back. Yeah, Bridgeport, yeah, well, all right, hold on, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
good? Okay.
okay. I apologize.
Don't worry,
I
don't
think
worry
I
about it.
hit. I
Don't worry
was
about it.
trying to chat. I was trying to chat. I was trying to say peace and blessings to the person. Put it in
Okay.
the chat, Mr. Jeff Sparks,
Yes.
and I hit the wrong thing. I apologize.
No problem.
But yes,
You bet, Keith.
Jeff, we used to be in Queens. One of my aunt, her best friend lived in Queens across the street from a mall. So we used to go there. She was Trinidad, and we used to go there a lot. And I remember at this mall, they had fried ice cream. We used to go over there and get fried ice cream. But unfortunately, Carol died. So, you know, but
Got
yeah,
you.
we used to be in Queens. Hmm.
Got you. Yeah. The before we continue, me and my people I grew up with, we used to play ball at Bridgeport. We used to take the metro up there at times,
Yes,
play ball.
yes.
Met some good people up there. Met some
Y'all
good
played
people.
at Seaside Park?
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
main part.
Hmm.
Walking distance for the metro. Yes.
From downtown, yes. It's different too now. It's a whole lot different now.
Yeah, yeah. I had some good times. I know, and also my late father, he has family in Hartford, Connecticut.
My brother he used to live in Hartford.
Oh, okay,
He lives outside of Hartford now. He lives in the suburbs. But yeah,
okay.
that's where my brother resided after the Navy in college.
Hmm. Okay. Oh,
Mhm.
got you. Is your parents living?
My father, unfortunately, he died. My mom, her, most of them in our family, once they graduated high school, they moved. You know how back in the day there was always a house that was a passage house. You would go
Yes.
stay, I call it a passage house. You would go stay with your aunt and uncle or your cousin or somebody. But the
Yes.
passage house for our family was in New York. So
Okay.
everybody went to New York after they graduated high school. And once they graduated high school, some moved to Bridgeport, some moved to New Haven, Indiana, Florida, Atlanta. However, before my grandfather died, he asked everybody where they wanted to be because he was separating the property.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them, they pointed out their property to where they wanted their house to be, and they just built houses or bought mobile homes. And after they retired, they moved back. But one of my aunts, she still lives, she resides in Georgia, and
Mm-hmm.
she took over my grandmother's house. And
Gotcha.
my uncle, he lives in Florida. No, he doesn't live in Florida no more. He moved back home. And then I have three uncles, they died.
Oh, sorry about that.
So I have one aunt. She still, we would like for her to move because the cost of living is
Right.
cheaper, but she
Yes.
won't move. She won't, she doesn't want to leave Connecticut. And then on my paternal side, everybody moved back home because they had property, and those who didn't have property, they purchased property within the city limits, and they
Mm-hmm.
moved back home on my paternal grandfather's side.
Me too. Okay. And you say you have a daughter,
Mhm.
right? That's
I
what you
have a
mentioned.
daughter and I have a son. I have a 25-year-old daughter and a 21-year-old son.
You know, grown ups.
And I'm widowed. Yes,
Widow. Right. 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 Oh,
it's,
sorry to hear about
it's
that. Sorry to hear about that.
yes. But he was ready. He was tired. He was ready. So he went in peace, So
Transition.
we
Yeah.
had to accept the fact that he transitioned. So he told my son, because that was my son's best friend.
Oh wow.
So he told my son, which all of we were all close, but he told my son, don't tell us, because he knew what our reaction was going to be, and he
Yeah.
knew that I was going to make him get the pacemaker. His
Mm-hmm.
thing was he did not want any foreign objects in his body. So,
Mm-hmm. That's a man for you.
but 44 is young.
That's very young. That's very young.
Mhm,
Yeah, I
mhm,
remember. And I talked about this too. I can relate. Let's see. Me and my late father was never really close until like from '83 to '89. That's when we got close. And he always say that, son, I'm tired. And he died when he was 61. This back in 1989.
mhm.
That's young. And so, it's like, for me, it's like, ready to go there? Like, because we was getting close. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
last 6 years is like, I mean, like, I'm going on 23. Like, why you gotta leave right now? Why you didn't do it before? So it's like best friends and everything. I could say me and my father was like best friends, but he used to my father. We used to be coming.
me and my dad was best friends too. And
So
he
we,
came to me 3 years and he said, Myra, I'm tired. He said, we got to take a ride because I want to show you and talk to you about what I want you to do with my stuff. And I
mm,
said, and I told him, I said, Dad, you can't leave me. He said, you can't leave me. He said, I'm tired. And he just told me he never wanted to be. He was on dialysis, and there
oh,
was a guy. I was taking him one day, and there was a guy. He was in a bed, and he said, Myra, I never want to be like that. He said, I
mm-hmm.
never want to be in a bed or a vegetable. I never
Wow.
want to be hooked up to a feed tube. And
Mm-hmm.
he got a bad staph infection.
Mm,
It affected his heart valve.
gotcha.
So, but it was so bad, they couldn't, he was so weak, they couldn't do the surgery. So it hit
Mm-hmm.
his brain, and he was connected to all these machines and a feed tube at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if it was me, I was going to be selfish. When the doctors and the nurses asked me what I wanted to do, I was going to be selfish
Mm-hmm.
after I knew what his wishes were,
Uh-huh.
truthfully speaking. So
Uh-huh.
I told the doctors and the nurse, I said, can you take him off of sedation?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just take him off of sedation and ask him what it is that he wants?
Mm-hmm.
And he told him he didn't want to be like this. You know, like he could shake his head.
Yeah.
And he told him he didn't want to be, he didn't no longer want to feed tube. That was not how he wanted to live.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this another question. What things makes you happy?
I love I love the sunshine. I
Mm-hmm.
love outdoors. I love the beach. It's little things that make me happy. It don't take a lot. It don't take a lot. I like to see other people happy. Um, I have a very powerful spirit of discernment because I stay in prayer and fasting a lot. And I stay to myself mostly. I don't, when you're caught up in everyday life, hustle and bustle, and you don't take the time to sit back to read, you don't take the time to sit back to breathe, you will never know other spirits. So I try to get to know other spirits. I like to see people happy. I like positivity. I can't do negativity too much. I digress. I have to get it purged. I like chocolate. I like expensive chocolate. I
Get out of here.
like I love swimming. I like to take walks. I love babies and old people. I love to be around them the most because children are going to do their best to make you happy also. They're fun. And older people. I'm just simple. It don't take much to make me happy.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Like I said, I know you emailed me that you trying to stay away from sports and politics, and we gonna stay a little more, but I do
Oh, I
want to
said
ask.
I don't know much about sports. I mean, I watch them.
Oh, okay.
I,
I'm sorry.
I watch certain ones, but I don't know much about sports.
Do you
But
have do you have a favorite sports team?
it's it's the Redskins and also the Patriots. My father was a Redskins fan, and he used to go to Super Bowls. So I had,
Well, okay.
he used to go to Super Bowls in the '80s. So I had like sweatshirts and T-shirts from Super Bowls. That's how I became a Redskin fan. But I'm also a Patriot because I'm from Connecticut. So
Right.
I have to cheer them on. But if the two of them were to go to the Super Bowl, just whoever wins, wins.
Got you. Got you. Yeah, I hear you because that means you see the game yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't ask me
We
nothing
gonna we gonna
about it
leave it like that.
because I don't know anything about it.
Okay, we gonna leave it like that. Welcome to Miller Moore. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button. Thank you so much. Great rising, Katrina. Rest in peace. Thank you very much appreciated. You know, okay, that's what's up.
Good
Okay, enough.
afternoon. Good
Yeah, good.
afternoon. Good afternoon, the cynical one. Love and light. Tam
Thank you.
Lamore.
Yes. So, okay, another question. To ask you. Um, as we know that we hear about the election, we know the outlook of that, and what you perceive after this election ended. What do you see? What do you see our people go from here? What how do you feel about that? I mean, what?
I feel like it was time to try something new because we tried that for years and years. And a lot of things are coming out about the Dems. My brother was a Republican since he first started voting. His friend was a senator in Hartford. Now he's a judge, and he
Mhm,
was also a Black Republican. And
mhm.
I could remember the family being upset with him because he was a Republican. But
Right.
he broke things down to me. Excuse me. Jeff Sparks, I do. I love Belgium chocolate. I love Belgium.
Okay.
Um, he broke things down to me back then because,
Mhm.
but because we're so persuaded by our mothers. My mother was a single mom for some time, and they are very controlling. She was very controlling. So, and the rest of my family, that's all I heard was about was voting Democratic, Democratic. So my brother, he broke it down, and he would also give me, books to read and stuff like that about things that happened back in the day. But um, and I wish I would have wrote it down so that I could let you know there was a whole Republican Party, and they were black. This was back in the day, and they ran a town, but they
Mhm.
were Republican.
Gotcha.
Um, so it's time for America to try something new. We actually saw what Trump did when he was elected in 2016. And I think that a lot of things that they're saying are scare tactics. I had someone tell me that he reminds me of Hitler. And I said, what? I just sat quiet. I didn't say anything because
Right.
I
Mhm.
don't like I don't like controversy. But I was like, we didn't go through this from 2016 to 2019. You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. And hold on for 1 second, please. Hold on. Don't
Okay.
go nowhere. Oh no, don't go nowhere, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. God damn. Hold on. Don't go
This
nowhere.
one.
Stay right there.
Okay. The cynical one, I wish my mother was cool. I'm cool as my father.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was had to change some up a little bit. Oh, what go ahead, what you were saying? Oh head, what's good, homie? Salute to my man right there. That's
Good
the old one. Go, what you were saying? I'm sorry.
good afternoon, old head podcast.
What you were saying
Oh,
before
I was
before I cut you
saying
off?
it's too much controversy that I don't even really speak about it because it's too much controversy. Now, if I'm in the room with my brother, I'm going to speak because he was always my protector.
Right.
But I don't speak about it.
Well, well, like I said, you can ask me questions now. Don't be afraid now. Ask, please.
What you mean? Don't be afraid to ask.
Just messing with
Oh,
you. Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Hello?
do you have nieces and nephews?
Yeah, a whole lot of them scattered out.
Did you help raise them?
Also, I'm a grand uncle too.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I became an uncle when I was 5. Believe that.
Seriously?
Yes, I became
Yeah,
uncle
I
when I
think,
was 5.
let
Yep.
me see. I gotta see how old my brother and my youngest aunt is apart. I don't think they're that many years apart.
Well, when I find that, well, my nephew, he's no longer,
They're
he passed
3 years
off.
apart.
3
They
years
they
apart.
are 3 years apart.
Well, my oldest nephew, he's no longer, he passed away in 1991, something like that. I was only 5 years apart from him.
Oh wow. How did he pass?
Mm, murdered
Oh.
with
You
murder.
have to keep when you're raising boys, I thank God for my husband. Because when you're raising both kids, you need a good man in the house, not just any man, a decent man. And I know that in the beginning, I wasn't easy. Like when I first moved to South Carolina, my father he had to mold me and shape me, you know, um, into becoming more of a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my husband, when I used to come down here in the summers, since the age of 7, you remember the Tupperware freeze pops, how people used to make their own freeze pops?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can hear it. I have assimilated the cynical one. I am country, but people down here say I could hear you're not from here. You're not from here.
Yeah.
But to me, I sound country as hell. My husband used to bring me the freeze pop, so he was liking me since I was 7. However, when I moved, we were just friends for a while, and there were some things he didn't have when it pertained to school. And I told him I couldn't date him until he got some things his stuff together that he needed to get together. Point blank, period. And then,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then, we started dating after he got some stuff together.
Yeah.
And then, 4 years later, I had children. But it was, marriage is not easy.
This. Yeah.
It's a beautiful, I would tell
Mm-mm.
people, it's a beautiful institution. Marriage can be a beautiful institution if two heads work together. And I loved it. I love getting up in the morning, cooking breakfast. Um, I could remember I was on the phone and I heard his truck pull up, which my kids could have heard his truck 3 miles away from the highway. They'd be like, Mommy, Daddy coming. They knew what it sounded like. In the country, you could hear all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mommy, Daddy coming. So they in their heads, they would be like, Mommy, you scared of Daddy too. And I would laugh. I guess because of the way I was with them.
Right.
But I remember being on the phone with my mom, and my mom said, Is he hitting you? Why you gotta get off the phone? This, that, and the other. I said, Mom, I said, I'm married. I said, he coming in from work. I said, I gotta give him my first 15 minutes. I said, I can't be on the phone when he come in the house. Point blank, period.
You
And then
know
one of my
what's?
cousins,
I'm sorry.
hold on. One of my cousins, he had to leave out at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was on the phone with her late. And I said, I gotta talk to you later because I gotta get up at 2 o'clock. I said, I gotta cook my husband breakfast in the morning. And she said to me, Is his hands put on backwards? And I said to her, because that's how my maternal family is. I said to her, That's why your husband is down the street. I said, we eat breakfast together. I watch, even if I don't eat it, I watch him eat breakfast every morning and I watch him leave. And I said, my son was little. My son got up every morning. He had to go to the front door. His father would blow the horn and then he would run to the back door and watch the truck leave and his father blow the horn. And if he didn't watch that or see that, y'all, he would have a terrible day. That's just not saying that it was all rainbows and sugar drops because
No.
anyone in a relationship knows that you have your ups and downs, but that's just, we were his pride and they were my pride. And that's my pride. I didn't get to grow up with my father in the house, but my father was present. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
No. 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 No.
You was
I
getting
was.
ready to say something when I said my mother got upset because I told her I needed to give my husband the
You
first
know why?
15 minutes.
Yeah. No. I'm saying. No. I didn't get upset. It resonated with me because we hear these conversations going on for years now. Okay. And because I was married at one time. Okay, for almost over 9.5 years. And then Jason Allen, peace to you, brother. Thanks for coming. Hit the like button, please. Please hit the like
Peace
button.
and,
And
peace
so
and,
my mother always, and my late aunt always, especially us as men, that the woman's supposed to be the helper. Not you
mhm,
gonna go through ups and downs. She's supposed to be a helper.
mhm,
If she's not willing to help you, she's not the one for you.
mhm.
And it's so it resonates with me because because you understand longevity. See, as you see your family longevity of relationship or marriage and stuff. That's how I had it too. I seen it too. And
But it
so
wasn't, unfortunately, I did not see that because I did not see that with my mom.
right.
What I look at now, my father taught me is two things a man gonna give you if he love you. He gonna give you his time, and if he see you in a position you don't have to ask for nothing. He gonna make sure that you're straight. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, 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 yes.
And there are some things that are in the nature of a man that women can't control. And one thing I remember when my husband wanted a motorcycle, and I had to get out of this way of, like, my grandmother she always fussed with my grandfather. And my grandfather didn't, it wasn't nice. So for him, but we were his livelihood when we came for the summer, I could tell.
Got it. Mhm.
I didn't want to be that fuss box. So I had people that I was close to. I thank God I had a lot of older friends or friends who had mothers that took me under their wing, and it was like, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I had a cousin too. I got a cousin too.
Excuse
She
me.
You can't do that. So you think that that's right. And when I really talk privately to, and they will say, Myra, so you think that's right? That's not right. They would dig into me. So I just didn't walk into my marriage being what I was. It took me some years. And I remember
Yeah.
he packed my bags one time. It was so funny. After work, I went skating. And when I went skating, it was in an area with no phone service. And he couldn't get in touch with me. And I came home at 1:30 in the morning. And I was like, he opened the door. And I was like, what is that? He said, your clothes, you gotta go. I said, I gotta go. I said, I went skating. I said, but when you go out, he said, well, Myra, I couldn't get in touch with you when you didn't call me. I said, Miss Pat just asked us to go skating because her ex-husband was here. And the kids, her kids wanted to go skating and wanted her to go with her ex-husband. So she just asked all of us as a group to come and go skating.
Right.
And he was like, I said, in them clothes, you're going to put each and every one of them back. And I just walked up. It was so funny. I walked upstairs, but that was his way of letting me know, I'm not playing with you, girl. You're going to get right. Plain and simple. You could have used somebody else's phone, which is true. I could have used somebody else's phone. But I told him, I said, when you at the club and no food is left, you call me and tell me, make you food, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, you never came in the house this late. I said, it's okay. Unless you was with me, I said, it's okay. I can do it sometime, can I? Because you do it more than me.
Yeah, it's so funny that because I ask me questions now because I got some more. Are you willing to ask questions?
Yeah, I can ask questions.
Okay, family in the chat, letting you know in 10 minutes. Stop putting your in. I said within 10. I mean, in 10 minutes. I said 2:26, 2:36. Start to put your um questions in the chat. But I'll let you know right now. I know you already know, but there's people outside. I will screen the questions. Now, if it's not right, I'm not going to answer that. I know you already know in the chat. I just want people who going to enter the chat and everything. I just want to put it out there to let you know about it. But get back what I was saying. It was one time. This is when my late father was getting sicker, and I have money, right,
Mm-hmm.
to go play ball but I ain't had no money to eat. And I know my people's gonna look out for me. And I said, no, that's all right. He said, no, no, no. Why are you gonna call your father? I said, no, I ain't calling my father. Why you can't? I said, we got the money in but I didn't because I knew at the time he was making this transition within his mind. You know what I'm saying, within himself.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And I ain't want to like be in the way with that. You hear what I'm saying? Now we
Mm-hmm.
talking about a fall of 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Now I remember we playing the tournament, one day tournament. And so one of my friends said, man, here's a quarter, man. Call your father on the phone. You know, he was in the hospital at the time. And he had this direct number. So I called them. I said, Dad, I just check on to see how you doing. Because after play basketball, I was gonna go see him. I said, Dad, so boy, why you didn't ask me some money? My father was cheap with money and stuff. He wanted to give
You
you,
going
but
in and out?
oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
So what happened was so he said, son, why you didn't call me for money? I said, I didn't want to be bothered. Because I knew you go through a lot. Now this is like we approaching, we was in another park. We was approaching go to another park to play ball. He said, man, go tell your mother to take some money out so she can you get some money, something to eat. And I ain't want to call my mom like moms. Because she was working. He said, well, I'm gonna call. Your son needs some money and stuff to eat and everything. I said, why he did? I said, you know how your son is and like that. She said, well, tell him to come and get the money. Because my father had the money at the hospital. He said, no, forget about it. Tell him that was his way, right? He want to see me anyway. So he said,
Mm-hmm.
man, I got $50. I said, Daddy, you going to need that when you... No, don't you worry about it. But I got the money. I said, I bring the change back. No. Because the friends that I had with, he knew them already and their parents, so he considered them that's their sons too. Because they all call him Papa Thomas. And so he said, I know they need something to eat. They don't need to be the parents. You look out for them like they look out for you. And so I remember those times. And get back again. I want you to ask me questions again too. Wherever you want to come from your mind, please ask me. But at the same time, the stuff that we talked about, marriage and camaraderie and stuff, it's really got to happen again because there's
It
a lot
does.
because a lot of people. I used to say there's people they might not get it, but they do get it, but they just don't want to because they go through trauma, and sometimes like you could go through trauma. Sometimes you could push away God's blessing.
Yeah, yep. And that's something that I get up every day and I ask God. I said, my prayer is always, Lord, help me not to misuse, abuse, or push away any angel that you send to me.
Yeah, and so
That's what
you,
we sometimes you can unconsciously be wicked because
yeah,
that's the way that you were taught or you were brought up. And if you don't be around people that show grace or have grace, they're going to be wicked right back at you.
yeah,
And that's why we can't play victim sometimes to some situations.
yeah, and so the thing about
So
that,
your
right?
mom and dad was married.
Yes, they was married before my father passed away. They was married for over 30 years.
That's a blessing.
They was married for 30 years. And so, my mother, she passed away in 2019.
Okay.
And so, like that, then I got my older brother. Matter of fact, my mother, my late mother, youngest, my youngest brother, they passed away almost a month and a half apart. She passed away towards the end of August of 2019. My late youngest brother, he passed away at beginning of November of 2019.
Wow.
So
That's the
it's really
same.
like Huh?
Is that your brother? How did he die?
He got sick.
He got sick.
He
Okay.
got sick. Yeah, he got sick. So and so that's why when we talk, I know that you've been on my channel a few times, so you know that's what I always talk about, that God blessing. You know, don't let nobody get in the way of God's blessing, because you know a personal experience. You know, sometimes family could get in the way of God's blessing
It's not
because they,
sometime. Family is first. Family first. Family is the word sometime first because they are our first friends. They are our first everything.
yeah,
But I taught my kids, all family is not your friend. You don't have to disrespect them, but all family is not your friend. Find your tribe. Stick with your
yeah,
tribe. Find things that you like to do.
yeah,
I taught them that they are an individual. They don't have to be like nobody else but themselves. And if people don't like it, it's just too bad.
yeah. So I found out, Sister 18, right, through my personal experience in life, that sometimes blood family could do you in. Blood family, or any type family will do you in. They would get in the way of your happiness if you let them. And,
Exactly.
and so I learned that when I was very, very young. And also I learned it from my late parents, other gems they was dropping on me too. And my late aunt and my late uncle. You hear what I'm saying? Even like
Yeah.
other people who was married, they got married, remarried, some of them. So I learned I was very, very early. And I dealt with some things when I was very early too, in the relationships and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I stand very firm. And I feel like in other humanity we need to talk about, but especially our people, because marriage and relationship going to marriage is really adrenaline. It's like there's no appreciation, like you talking about, that the man plays a role and the woman plays a role. We work together, and they don't
Hmm.
understand. They feel like, oh yeah, this supposed to happen. No, no, no. You don't do things God's way. There's always going to be conflict. And I remember my parents always tell me, "I'm not your best. I love you, but I'm not your best friend. I look out
Yeah.
for you. I make sure that you're okay. But you got to understand that you got to follow by God's path. And you don't
Hmm.
do things God's path, is always going to be conflicted. But it seems like, go back to our people again. They want to have this certain independence. I'm not saying nothing wrong to have the independence, but when you enter other people's lives, I'm talking about men and women. That's what I want the people to know. Y'all know, Sister 18, people in the chat, but I want people outside to understand what I'm saying. When God give you that blessing, you have to understand it's the purpose to work together. And you got to understand there are family and there are some friends ain't going to fall in accordance with that. And then just understand, when you
You
don't
have
follow
to.
God's
You
word,
have. You got to let them go.
and
Don't
but
let. Don't
they don't
let the
want to.
family. Never allow the family you came from to destroy the family that you built or is building. Never allow the family you came from to destroy your little family.
It's hard, yeah, you absolutely. I agree with you. But now we dealing with people that you cannot tell me what to do. I hear this from my side of the family, of my family, and also I hear from other families. My family ain't going nowhere. This is how it is. It's not all about your family ain't going nowhere, but you have to understand, if you enter, it goes a man or woman. When you enter that person, it
That
has to
covenant. It's
they
a
come down.
covenant.
It's a
It's a
company.
covenant,
You have
and
to understand that they have to understand, if you want that person to change, they have to understand the change too. And
and
that's
it's
why
only two names on a marriage certificate. And I'm telling you, I have a high respect in regards for marriage. If couples are arguing in front of me and they be like, Myra, you gonna sit there and not say nothing? I said, baby, this is your institution. This
Right.
is not my institution.
Yeah. And so any even in relationship that comes into marriage too and stuff like that. I'm in a committed relationship going on 2.5 years.
Okay.
And so people say, why you talk about stuff like that? So you gotta take the principle of the institution of marriage and build on it and everything. And I'm a firm believer in that. And so when we gotta have these discussions, but at the same time, again, our people again, it's like I'm gonna do it. I said, okay, but understand what I'm saying is this: it goes for man or woman. You messing with God's blessing, and don't think that things ain't gonna happen to you. And that's what I really stress very strongly, that if that person roll with you, you gotta fight for that. You gotta fight
Yeah.
to sustain God's blessing. And I said it's going to be a time the devil gonna come from here, there, even somebody closer than you. And again, I had to learn that from my late parents. They were telling me that. My late aunts used to tell me that. My late uncles used to tell me that. You hear what I'm saying? Because they've been through it.
Mhm.
And I had to see it myself. I said, oh, I said, yeah, so sometimes you gotta, I love
Yeah.
you, but this is what we have right now. And then as I see them how to deal with it, outside looking in, I said, "Wow." He said, "That's the way he's supposed to. This the way. I love you. Don't get me wrong, but right here is right here." And
Boundaries.
so, and so,
Boundaries have to be set.
yeah. And so now then we become best friends. And so so it's like sometimes it gets frustration. I mean, I ain't gonna say frustrated, but sometimes I look at a side eye like you understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you from personal experience. I'm telling you from gyms that I got that I see in the past and everything. But we I know people say, well, what about the young people? No, yeah, we told the young people, young brothers, sisters all day, but they be these old ones. See, I'm 58. So I ain't that far from you. So we see that and they still don't get the picture. And then and they further understand that God could take things from you if you're not acting according that's supposed to be. And so
Mhm.
I tell people to be real, real careful. Be very careful. You gotta fight. And that's real love. You gotta fight for it. And you gotta make your stand. And then sometimes that people that they don't want to understand that you can't go against God. And so, but that's struggle with us and everything. It's 2:39 people family. If you want to put your question in the chat, go ahead, go right ahead, please. So
How many in the chat? How many you
put it in
see
the
in the chat?
Put it in the chat, but again, I want to ask you this other question, and I always want to. I just before I ask this question, I just want to let you know it's an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. When I first came to take heed, you won. Matter of fact, you won. Matter of fact, you was the first one that greeted me. I just couldn't find that, yeah. And then we
Okay.
be interacting and stuff, and then you like the comments, and I like your comment. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you, and I want to thank you. And you the one say I want to subscribe to you. I said, okay, all right, here you go. And then you've been rocking with me for a while now, and I keep on and they thanks for really really appreciate what I'm trying to do, and always in alignment, what I'm doing, and I'm in alignment with you too. And thank you, thanks for still being here. And I just want to let you know that yeah, I'm giving you flowers and stuff like that. So thanks, sister, on your own way to still be in the fight. For us as a people to be together. And I just want to let you know that here because as we understand, there are not that many men and women willing to fight like we do. you know, to understand that people of African descent, I'm talking about us, that we part of the human family and we have the right to be together and to fight for our rights where we can to for ourselves. And I just want to let you know you keep on fighting. You got a brother here that want to fight with you and stuff. So I just want to let you know that, you know, to a brother, to a sister.
We
Oh,
we have to we have to support each other, except for especially the community that's full of humility. It's not too many people in these YouTube streets that possess that character. A lot of people are here for just monetary reasons,
uh-huh.
and um, they'll pretty much do anything, which we as Black people have been seasoned to do since the plantation. They
Yep.
haven't gotten off the plantation. We'll sell each other out. We'll undermine each other. These YouTube streets ain't good. But I do want to start a book club podcast. That's one thing I do want to do.
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 I
Thank you,
appreciate
Jeff.
that.
Jeff, thank you, Jeff, for still being here. How many we
Yeah.
got in the
Thank you.
chat?
Appreciate. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh,
And
and
Jeff.
I forgot to tell you my most favorite thing is planting flowers and vegetables. And I do my own herbs, which my herbs died after I had my strokes because I couldn't bring them back in the house.
Oh wow.
I was in the hospital, but I love gardening. I love outside. I used to cut my own grass
Mm-hmm.
and keep my own yard myself. Because that's the stuff I just love outdoors and I love water. Yeah.
Okay. I hear that.
The,
Yeah.
the only person we got in the chat is Jeff.
No, they're probably in and out. The Seneca was probably somewhere doing something. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. People gonna be coming because this is great. It's a great chop up we here too. And so another question that I want to ask how I put this how I don't want to put this in a respectable. Yeah, Jake, they still here. They still here.
Thank you, Jason, for
They
being
still here.
here.
They still here. They still here. They
But
rocking.
y'all have to respond to us. Ask us some questions. Make some
Yeah,
comments. Just
yeah.
don't be here listening. Come on now.
Oh,
Talk
oh,
to
oh,
me. Talk to
oh.
me. Talk to me,
She heard that. Heard he said,
baby.
talk to her now. Talk to her, but um, yeah. The question I want to ask you, as you stately rightfully say that, I noticed that you talk about men.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you're talking about men have his place and women have his place.
Yes, they do.
And you explain it frequently, great within God's arrangement. The
Yes.
question is, why why that conversation is not in the mix of what you see.
Why? What conversation is not in the mix
What I just asked.
about
Man and
a man have his place and a woman
a
have their
woman
place?
had this place and work together.
Why are
Why
you
that
saying? Why are
conversation
you
not
saying? Why are people not living like that?
or
Is
why
that what you're
right.
saying?
That's true. That's another question. And the
Because
question and the question with it, why that conversation is not being consistent talking about it.
it's consistent with the people. It's consistent with the people who I'm on YouTube with, but it's very inconsistent. And that's only about, I want to say, only about probably 3% of the YouTube nation speaks on the place of a woman and a man, the truth about it, the honesty about it. It's because we lack and my people perish for lack of knowledge. everybody wants power, the power, and everybody wants to control. And some moms, they're very controlling.
Oh,
However, we can't control everything. You have to allow people to be. We are all souls. We're not robots. We cannot program our children or the people around us to be a certain way. God God made us all here. He gave us our character, who we supposed to be, which we pick up some traits because it's in our DNA. But we gotta some things we have to purge from our spirit, mind, and soul. I feel like in order for the Black community to move forward, we're just gonna have to take on different morals and values, because the morals and values that's being taught today is not what we need in order to move forward, in order not to perish.
mhm.
Because you'll see people, um, can I use myself as an example?
No
Not
problem.
not that I'm
It's your
perfect,
topic.
or
Go ahead.
not that I'm praising my own pond, or
Go
not
ahead.
that I don't think I'm better than anybody. Because people say I think I'm better than people. I think I'm white.
No, no, no.
How could you? Because you speak well, and I don't say that I speak very well, because I can do better. But because you carry yourself a certain way, how could you be a certain culture? No, that's just me. But my thing is, you'll see people, they'll buy their children Jordans. They got a box full of Jordans. They got this. They got all these toys. When that money could be taken, put your child in swimming lessons. Put your child in some type of sports, especially little boys. Expose them to things. Take them on trips. You don't have to go to the club every Friday nights, every Wednesday through Sunday. You could do something else with that money. And little boys have to stay busy. If you put them into sports, they'll stay busy. My son was busy. My son had rugby. There were days when my son had rugby, Boy Scouts, and swim meet. He would get up. We would go to the Boy Scout, not Boy Scout meeting. We would go to the rugby game. Then we would go to the swim meet. Then if he were going away for the weekend for Boy Scouts, I would have to call them, and I would have to ask them, where are you located? And sometimes we would drive 2, sometimes 3 hours to drop him off to be with his Boy Scout troop. Um, my husband was surrounded by positive men. And you got to watch who you surround yourself with, because they can have an impact on your children also.
Good point.
So
Good point.
I
Mm-hmm.
will say that I'm blessed to have, he's 21. He'll go to a street race. He'll call me 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Mom, I'm in a deer stand. He'll get up sometime 1, 2, 3. Mom, the fish biting so and so, so we're going fishing. I'm not gonna say when he started smoking weed, I said, Amir, they're putting fentanyl in weed. I say you need to stop smoking the weed. He stopped smoking the weed. I went to Bridgeport last November. I called him. I said, you know, somebody died. We had a whole couple I went to school with. They died in a park. I said, the woman, let me rephrase that. That's wrong. The woman died. The man lived. They had 5 kids.
Mm.
They had 5 kids. I'm gonna tell you what really stopped my son from smoking the weed. He went for a good job. He left college because I can't get disability. They said I have too much, whatever. Anyway, so I have to wait. I just talked to my lawyer today, thank God. But he left college, him and my daughter. My daughter lived in Texas. They moved back home to see about me, which I don't feel good about it, that they have to take care of mom. but they do and they do a good job. Um, he went to get a job. It was a good paying job. And he told the lady, he said, "Yes, ma'am, I'm not, as there's no reason to lie. My parents taught me not to lie. I do smoke weed." So when he went and took the drug test, he didn't, like most people, they would have somebody else pee for them. He peed. He said, "Ma, I gotta wait a year because I had weed in my system." I said, "Son, I told you." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "You told me you stopped smoking." He said, "But I started back." And now he said, "Ma, I don't smoke the weed no more." He said, "I completely stopped." I said, "But it's killing people. That's what I'm afraid of." I said, "This weed don't smell like." I live next door to some Jamaicans. And I used to love the way he used to smoke spliffs all the time. I was a little girl, but I loved the way that the weed smelled back in the 80s. The weed don't smell the same.
It
It's
doesn't.
not
It's
the
not the
same.
same at all. Nope.
It's not the same.
Yeah. It really not. And let me say go more on this too. That and also I remember my parents told me this. This is, we cannot help you develop a relationship with God. You got to have a personal relationship with God.
You do.
And so that, and I think that's missing too, because we not helping our kids or anybody else had a relationship with God. And so you know, and sometimes that we pray, but sometimes we pray for things that we don't really. I mean, I ain't gonna say we don't really need, but the just of the prayer, God should always come first. The source,
Yeah.
I believe, it always should come first. You should never pray because it's a reminder. You should never pray, but you around toxic people. You pray,
Yes.
you pray around people that don't care about you. Because the devil, because we gotta
And
understand the devil is a genius of
I'm
destruction,
gonna
of
tell you something,
delusion.
JT. I'm gonna tell you something else. People are too public. People are not private anymore. And I'm private. If somebody comes to me and they say, "Myra, I'm going through this or I'm going through that," I'm gonna pray about it. If somebody comes to me with gossip, and I'll be like, "I don't want to hear that." I don't live in other people's houses and kitchens and bedrooms and living rooms and cars, and I don't. If I can't pray for you, if you're not telling me something other than to pray for a person, you're telling me something just to tread on that person, I really don't want to hear it. My
Mm,
kids, we went to, I grew up in the AME church, but my kids, we went, my kid, me and my kids, we went to a non-denominational church. And this church had a children's church.
right.
One thing my kids do, they pray a lot. They pray and they fast because in this non non-denominational church, um, they had children's church, so they were taught a lot. And I remember saying something about someone, and we were in the car, and my son was only 7, and he
Mm,
said, "Mommy, let's pray for that person." And I was like, "Oh, wow." So I thank God. They say if you raise them up, it'll never leave them, something like that.
right.
But if if you raise your children to pray and fast, and they see you, your kids see your example. Our kids mimic us. I remember my dad saying, if you really want to know how a person feel about you and how a person is in real time, watch their children. They may say they didn't teach their kids this or that, but their kids learn through them. Your children learn through you. And that's something that I do. I watch people's children. I cannot be hoodwinked. I'm gonna see exactly how you are through how your children receive me and how they act.
Mm, that's true. And also to the
Hold on, Jeff Sparks says, A friend of mine was smoking weed. He ended up jumping out of the window of a 2-story building. The weed was laced. I believe you.
It
It was
is. It's true.
Jeff Sparks. There was a guy in our community. He was 18. He had a car. He had a good little job after he graduated high school. And my brother-in-law and the guy, he had no business at the store with those grown adult men. You know how adult men hang out, you
Yeah.
know? And somebody pulled up with some weed and it was already rolled. And my brother-in-law said he told the guy, "Don't smoke that weed." He said, "I'm not smoking weed with y'all. I didn't see y'all roll that." The young man hit the weed, and to this day, that was like 15 years ago. To this day, he is not right. He walked down the street naked sometime. His car is still covered up. He sits on the
Mm.
porch naked, like he lost his mind and he never got it back. And it's sad to see. It's really a waste. They really did him in.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Jason Allen says, "I was raised in a Kojic church and we had a youth church as well." Jason Allen, I feel like youth church is needed in all churches. Go
And
ahead.
also, and also
I'm
was
getting
needed. I'm gonna touch. I've been talking about this in the past too. On my the channel also is needed. The black men need to be back in church too, but we have to be wanted to be come back in church. The family has to be one.
But what's crazy is most of the church I see, and I'm not being funny. Um, Most of the men, they full of high fructose corn syrup in the church. Very seldom is there a straight man in the church, and a lot of them on the
Yeah,
DL. And
yeah,
a lot of pastors now are full of high fructose corn syrup also.
yeah. I agree with that. And also go more on your point, and you find like straight men like me, they don't want to go to church. I had one brother that I grew up in New York. His father was a pastor, his mother was a pastor, and he said that this happened a long time ago, back in the 80s. One of his people that we know that became a gay pastor was when he turned away from church. And I believe later on the parents, and they took themselves out teaching in the church no more. And so we gotta understand that they are straight, they are men on it, and they are lesbian women that they believe that is okay.
But JT, not to cut you off, a lot of them started in the AME church, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly, because
Allegedly, right.
that's where I seen them. And when I was in the AME church, it was pastor. He didn't want no woman, because it was women going for him, and it was women that was trying to hook their daughters up with him. And I
Yeah,
had a cousin. She's a Jehovah Witness, and she was like, Myra. She said, "I work with his mother." She said, he doesn't he's homosexual. And they built him a parsonage, and his lover was the piano player, and they lived together in the parsonage. And then um people who go to the meetings, one man, and he said that's all they do when they have conference is they get ready. They know who they already want to conquer. So they be conquering each other when they have the big AME conferences and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just a lot of mess in the church and with the church.
yeah. Like I said, because I was raised Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, my cousin was one, and I used to go with her. Her and my dad was close, so I used to go with her to. church sometime,
Yeah.
but it's really no difference. It's just they don't celebrate the pagan holidays, which I don't blame them. It's really not much difference. And then they don't do blood transfusions.
No.
Hmm.
All I can say for me, as raised Joe witness, I know that a lot of people have say certain things about it, and I get what they saying, and I told them like this: they are not acting on it because those are the apostates. Those are the ones that want to go against, and so that's why I was told people. I don't know how it is right now because there a lot of things has changed. I haven't been to chemo in a long time, but I could tell you what I know, and so and tell people be careful, because there's a lot of false tongues out there, as you already know, of all religion. And so that's
Hmm.
so I told people that you gotta go to the ones that knows. And so and and so
But
that's what I would say.
the thing that I don't get, JT, is as Christians in the Bible, we are not supposed to despise any man, right? Right? We are
Okay.
not supposed to, okay, no matter what religion, color, creed, alien, whatever. But why is it that Christians, religious people, I got salvation because there's a difference between religion and salvation. Why
Mhm.
religious people, they the most hateful people. Why religious, especially in these small communities, like they are
Mhm.
very hateful and they be the first ones. They knock the church door down on Sunday and they close the church on Sunday. But they are so evil.
Yeah.
When we're human, when humans learn through trial and error, that's how we learn, through trial and error. They act like they never made a mistake. They act like they never had a pitfall or a downfall. And I tell people when they fall, if the only place to go is up. I don't care how low you get on the ground, never lay there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And then
agree.
they yelling and screaming at their kids and acting crazy with their kids for certain things when they did worse than us. Then people, especially the women, a lot of women had babies and they don't belong to their husband. My great grandmother, come to find out, only one of her kids belonged to my great grandfather. One, uno. I knew that my grandmother was not his because there was there were two women. We used to call them Aunt Lizzie and Aunt Susan Ann. And that's why we
Mhm.
call them that, because their mother, their father was my grandmother's father.
Uh-huh.
Right? But why is it that I don't approve of people having babies young? Um, but however,
Right.
you can't knock a person down for life, uh, for something they did in 1974, and here it is 1924, and you still bringing it up.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree. I agree with that. But also
as
we gotta
as
talk. Okay.
Christians, but we have to be
Sorry.
we
Go
have
ahead.
go ahead, we have to be approachable.
Yeah.
How is it how can we expect someone to do better if we're not approachable? We really have to be approachable. But go ahead, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
That's all right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Right. And I appreciate what you're saying. But at the same, but this is what I'm at right now. There are still people. I'm talking about some. They still repeating the behavior, and For me, I have a problem with that. I ain't talking about the ones that don't know, they didn't have no direction and stuff. They have to do things. So I'm not talking about those people, but I'm talking about the people that knows from right or wrong. And for me is that and then now the thing that gets to me now I want to bring up entitlement, because there are some people feel that, oh yeah, I'm entitled to do this, so what? I live in a nice neighborhood, so what? I could do certain things and talk to other people, so what? But this is what I'm saying. If you're not willing to put God first in your life, if you don't respect the union that God had created for men and women. So my thing is this: that who are you? And then you wonder why there's no direction. Why things happening? And this is the thing that for me it's like I look at these people. So I'm talking my son. I look at these people and they figure that, oh, I got the riches, I got this and that. But not one time you don't praise God every day. The only time you praise God when you get up, when you praise God the things that you have. You don't you I mean part of praising God and you know, do you discipline, I mean, do you have discipline within yourself? Do you surrounded by people that willing to live God? And I'm not saying that to be perfect. We're not perfect, no, but trying to live in God's ways. To state that, listen, if you do it this way, your life will be profitable and stuff like that. Have that hard talk.
And so some people want it instantly. Everything don't come instantly. We want instant. We looking for instant gratification because a lot of voids are not filled. The bottom line, you have to get counseling. We got to do better though, as you stated. We do have to do better.
And it really pissed me off because again, I have people come to me and say, "What about you? I don't see you doing nothing." And that's I didn't know, but I said, but if I'm saying so that means it goes for me too. But why I got to keep on saying that? And this is the thing that we talking about grown people here. They feel that they doggone entitled.
Well, you have to let them go though. It's just that simple. You got to let it go. And you got to understand that we are souls. We are souls. We are a ball of
Yeah.
energy. So if your soul and spirit connects with somebody else's energy, because your soul and spirit is negative, then y'all gonna have that connection. And what is negativity gonna do? It's gonna snowball, and everybody you connected with is gonna be most likely negative. That's why you have to purge. We have to do self evaluations, and some people they don't do self evaluations.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say what could I have done better, or I could have said this better, or I should not have done that. And if you're not doing that, then you're just going to keep on with your same old wicked ways. And then sometimes we could unconsciously do things.
Yeah, it just for me it gets when I got older, it gets tiring because you know I should say for me it's like I want to do better, and I'm trying to do my whatever I can to do better to strengthen my relationship with God, and also do I get it right all the time? No, I don't get it right all the time, but I just feel like it just some people they just feel. But I'm not out there smoking weed. I'm not out here being with the bad people. But at the same time, you almost worse than the ones who doing those things, and you live in a nice neighborhoods. Not you. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about told these people.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so who are you? I said, who are you judging? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the thing. See, these simple things like this. That do you have training how to keep the house clean? Do you
Yeah.
have the training? Do you have the training how to really run the household? When people live with you, do they have certain choices? Even like if you grown, you hear what I'm
Yes,
talking about? Because
yes.
when I left from New York, unfortunately, live with my brother and everything. I said, brother, you know me. I'm not gonna. He said, I know, bro. Don't even worry about that. But I had choices to keep things clean because that's how we was raised. You know what I'm saying? And then people talk about that it's all about money. No, it's not all about money. Because I know there are people who don't hardly have no money, but they they do things God's ways, and also they not run a household. Make sure God's blessings come in. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's going to be a times you're going to see here and there all the out of orders. I'm not talking because that does happen. But I mean, when you come in the house, do you feel chaos? When you
Oh,
come in the house.
you're right. You're right.
And that's the thing that people fail to understand that, especially our people.
Yeah, you can. You could see chaos, and you could see chaos in the yard.
Yeah,
People don't clean their yard. You could see chaos in the yard.
yeah.
Because as soon as they open the door, you could feel people energy. That's why I don't go in everybody's house. I'll stand at the door. Oh, I'll stand
I
here.
feel it.
You want
I
to come
feel it.
in? No, I don't want to come in. No, I'm not going to in your house. Everything all out of order. It's clutter everywhere. I don't like clutter. I don't. Even if and you could tell people filling voids because they have a lot of clutter. A
Not my
whole
family.
my son
Yeah.
will say, oh ma, don't bring that in here because that's gonna be too much clutter. You can't live your mind. Just my mind just don't be right with a bunch of clutter. A lot of stuff on the countertop. I mean, to each his own, but I don't like my counters covered with stuff. Just plain and simple. It bothers
Yeah,
me. How
yeah, it
could you
does.
cook? How could you cook in a kitchen full of clutter? And that's another thing. Not everybody do my hair. I'm not eating from everybody because that's the way you take on other people's energy. People exert their energy into any and everything. No,
And
you
they would.
can't touch my hair. I'm not. I'm a hugger. And I had to get away from hugging until somebody explained to me, you could take on other people's energy like that. I'm a
Yep.
big hugger. I love to hug people. I just love to see people happy.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, it's true though, because go more on your point and everything. Because when you take that on, they negative, it drains you.
It does.
It drains you and stuff, and then you got to keep on with the keep on and keep on improving it. But it's drained, and then that's why like also my parents had taught me this too. That when you in a relationship go into the marriage, you just cannot hug anybody. You can't. There's certain things that's between the man and the women. And then I said, well, yeah, and now they taught me that going into my preteens. My mom, she said, yeah, you go there, the woman that no, you shake that they want to hug you like your aunts, that's different because there's a beautiful energy.
It's a
But you
way
cannot let anybody,
you
huh?
can give a church hug. You know what a church hug is?
I know.
That's different, but they're different kind of hugs. They're affectionate hugs.
There you go. Right.
You could give a church hug, and they're romantic hugs.
Right, and then that's a lot of people don't understand that there are different types of hug, a different type of energy. So this is the question I ask people: what energy that you giving? And again, it goes for humanity, but also it goes again people. You cannot like people on the job. See, my late second oldest brother. It was one time he was engaged. He got married and stuff, but he passed away 2021. But I went to his job, and there was this lady. She was very attractive and stuff, and she liked to hug and stuff. I said, no, I will shake your hand. Why you hugging? No, I don't know you that way to hug you like that. You know what I'm saying? Even a church
Mhm.
hug, because that's how we was
Mhm.
raised and everything. And
But
even
you
like she
gotta
got her,
understand too, um, a thing I had to come to. I came to the conclusion, and someone else explained it to me. Some people suffer from abuse, and you could go in
Mhm.
to hug them, and it's traumatizing. So,
That's
not everybody, I had to come to the conclusion that you have to ask, can I give you a hug? Because not everybody is going to receive your hugs the same way. Because I could go up to somebody that was traumatized and I could get my behind with because I'm going in to give them a hug and they're
yeah.
thinking that they have to defend themselves.
Yeah, and yeah, and also go more your point. I let people know how about you in a relationship or you married and stuff like that. Go back what you said, the different types of hugs and stuff. And I say you got to be real careful with hug. 'Cause if you give an affectionate hug, right, but you're not showing it to your significant one, that is a problem. Also, I learned that early from the elders. You hear what I'm
But what
saying?
you do, well, what do you do because I've seen some women, they're not affectionate at all towards their husband. So
No,
I don't think
and some men too. Some
because
men not.
it's a lady and she a Christian, she religious, and her husband complimented me, and she got mad. If
Mm.
somebody give another person a compliment, you should not get mad. But I figured out the reason was because she's not affectionate towards him, but she wants him to be affectionate. And my thing to her was, oh, this is how I said it. I said, oh, don't compliment me because you'll get put out the house. And I told her, I said, don't put him out the house because he complimented me. I said, it's okay for a man to compliment a woman because, and the preacher, she was saying, her mother was saying the preacher said that she was a pretty woman. The
Mhm.
preacher ain't supposed to tell you that. And I said, why is it that the preacher can't compliment people? He married. I said, just because you're married, people small minded. This is just the country. They have a limited DNA gene pool. Just because he's the preacher doesn't mean he can't tell her, I'm pretty. The Bible says we must exalt one another, one to another. So that's exaltation, complimenting somebody.
Yeah, right.
And she
But there's
couldn't say
no.
nothing. And I
Yes.
said to her, if your husband is not affectionate, figure out what you're doing. You can be affectionate towards him to make him affectionate. Period. And it'll work if she's affectionate. He will become affectionate.
You know, I I remember it was a young it was somebody. I'm not going to because want to be fair here, and he's married, was married. I put it like that. They years later, and this person went to church, and this person find he was looking like was giving like romantic hug and kissing the cheek. But the person, I'm not getting it from this, this person at home. Why are you giving it? Oh, it just such and such that way, and kind of find out in a mess with each other.
A lot of church folk mess with each other.
Yeah, and
A lot of
so
church folk mess with each other.
even outside the church too, even like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they on a job, and that's why like sometimes that that my second oldest brother, we had these my late second oldest brother, sorry, he said, yeah, I know you see it, but this one I'm talking from. Look, bro. Everybody think it's come from church. You're absolutely right, sis. But you look
But
at
on these jobs,
look at the
especially
church.
the
Look at this.
hospital,
He said, look at this,
especially
bro.
the hospital. The
Yeah, the
hospital
hospital
is
too.
bad.
Yes.
It's terrible in the hospital. It's bad in the hospital. I'm here to tell you.
It
The
is.
hospital is the worst.
And sometimes the union jobs, the high oscillate union jobs and stuff, and that like I said, the things that I'm saying, I actually see my family was doing, and I was like, and it used to be me and my second oldest brother. He like my late second oldest brother. I mean, and it's like, see, look at this, bro. You hear what I'm saying? This happened everywhere, and it's like my brother had to like pull this person aside and said, "You give romantic hugs to this person, but you have this person meet you have your significant one meet you for lunch, but you want to treat them like that? That's not right." Because my late brother was like this, my late second brother like that. He gonna tell you what's right or wrong. There's no filter and stuff, but that's not right. You can't
No,
do that. He said
but
you can't.
we are the most, when you tell the truth, when you tell the truth and you can handle your truth, people telling you the truth, there it's called constructive criticism. When you give constructive criticism and you can handle your constructive criticism, you're the most hated people on the planet.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. So for me, I went to significant one. But shout out to her. And so certain thing. I told her for me, I not know. Here's your handshake or church hug or even how you doing. It's fine because I know how to conduct myself. No, no, no. Mm-mm.
And then some women, they be funny. Some women, they try to be funny in front of your significant other because they like you.
That's true though too, and that conversation needs to be talked about, and vice versa too. But you're right. My mom used to say that too and stuff. Questions, y'all. Questions. Any question you want to ask me, sis, feel free. This is great.
Hmm.
This is great. And it seems like before we continue, how long you could stay, matter of fact. Because I don't want to stay long. I know you got things to do.
We'll go 2 hours and then we'll chop it up again any other time you want to.
Okay, so we
But we
going
almost at the 2 hour mark.
right, we almost at the 2 hours. So we
Jeff Spark, are you in this chat?
yeah, he's in the
Cynical
spot.
one. You
Seneca,
have
y'all in
any
the chat. Yeah, she
questions?
calling you out now. She calling you out. Yeah, in the chat. Let her know. Let us know and everything. But
Jason Allen, any
Jason
questions? Any
Allen.
comments?
Any
Talk to me.
questions, y'all? Put it down. I told y'all about 40 minutes ago. Put it down. But it go. But I'm happy with that because it seems like quite a few things we in alignment with.
Talk. Can we talk to us? Talk to me, baby.
Yeah, talk to her. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, ask some questions.
I miss the
So
old days though. I miss the days when we used to play double dutch in the front of somebody's house. The young men used to play basketball. Remember they used
Chinese,
to
you
play
remember?
basketball?
Remember Chinese handball, right?
Yes, they used to play
Yeah.
basketball with a crate.
Yep.
Remember that in the street?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? We used to
Yeah,
play
you have to play that.
kickball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes the older people used to come out and play kickball with us.
Yeah.
It's not like that
And they
anymore.
used to bring lunches out in case, like, oh,
Yeah,
you
they.
hungry? You want something? Bring some juice and
Mhm.
stuff. But
Mhm.
that's how we stuck together. We
Mhm.
back each other. And I do miss those. I miss those stuff like that. And I think that is really missing. And that's why, like, when I see certain
Chef Spark, I miss the 80s and 90s too.
yeah, I do. I
I
miss some of
really
the
do
70s too.
too.
I'm a 70, baby. I'm 166. So I'm a 70, baby. But
I
I
wish they
remember
could
this.
bring it back.
Yeah, so I remember those times. So and that's why we see certain behaviors really happen because people I seen that, especially how people don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be accountable of nothing. And it
Because
seems
they
to me,
don't make them do nothing. Remember, we had chores,
yeah,
especially on Saturday. We had to get up, we had to clean up, we had to do certain things. I remember even after being married, my daughter, Desperate Housewives, came on. She said, "Ma, remember you used to iron all our clothes to Desperate Housewives on Sunday? You know, we set our clothes out for the week. There's things that people don't even do anymore."
and then but they show us those chores, right? and we
I
end up
can.
doing for ourselves even before we turn 18. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
We
had to
gotta
work.
clean the
I
kitchen.
remember working at 12 with it was an inner city program,
Yeah.
a summer program, and you had to get like the work permit to work there. It was an ABCD. I think it was the ABCD program. I
Mm-hmm.
worked. I had to work. I worked. And
Yeah,
we used to
you
have
work
things to
and
do.
you go home and work again. You
We
had
would
chores.
I would walk people to the bus stop and get paid. I would um rake leaves, shovel snow, whatever. Yes.
And plus had chores in the house to do.
Yeah.
And so I miss those days because I even hear it um now that listen, I was raised because I gotta work and do those sort of things. I'm not gonna show my kids doing that because they have to understand that you gotta think for yourself, or you no. You gotta understand. You gotta pass down and let them know that if anything goes down, they gotta learn to be a grown up because the parent, because like my parents and we not gonna be here every time. We gonna be there for you best way you can, but again, I came up hard. I mean, so you trying to say come up hard and doing your own chores? You mean come up hard to clean your own house? Because I'm talking about for me, and you understand what you
My
saying.
mom used to tell me that I was too hard on my children. My mother used to say, "You too hard on them. You make them." They want when I taught them their colors. My daughter always remind me of this. Ma, remember you taught us our colors? They
Hmm.
had to sort laundry. That's how they learned their colors.
That's how I learned.
That's how they learned their colors. They sorted laundry. But they did laundry. They did their own laundry. When they turned 11, I had them doing their own laundry.
And
Um,
also,
if
yeah.
you don't teach them, they're not gonna learn. How they gonna learn? How they gonna think critically if we don't teach them some things?
And also in laundry too, you gotta learn what material to wash when it's hot, wash when it's cold, or even there are some
Mhm.
they even dry at all.
Exactly.
You gotta learn all that. That's part of teaching. Because my parent, my Bessie, my mother, she said, listen, you gotta know stuff like that. You hear what I'm saying? Know the texture. Read. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, when I do my clothes, there's certain pants, I just let it washed. I hang out there. This gotta be dry. This gotta be dry. And after it's dry, to be ironing and stuff like that. Shirts and stuff. You let them stuff like that. And so you cannot put everything in one. You just can't do it. But
I
see,
see a lot of people. I sometimes, I take my big stuff to the laundromat, like comforters and stuff. But I see a lot of young girls, they're not domesticated. They throw everything in the washing machine at one time.
young boys too.
No, I like my whites white. I can, it's, you right. Hold on. Jeff Sparks says, hang, dry, and air dry, sometimes dry clean.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. Right.
Exactly. Yes. If you want to preserve your clothes, if you don't want to just keep going back and buying more and more, that's
I
correct.
learned that when
That's
I was
correct.
young, very young.
Yes. But you gotta listen. I don't understand how they say kids can't do certain things. When kids was 3 years old during slavery, they were taking care of babies.
They was running the household
And
at times.
yes, why can't you teach? I don't feel I was hard on my kids, but my kids know how to do everything. And my mother complains because my sister doesn't do anything and the other kids don't do anything. She has foster kids. But if you don't teach them, you have to do things with them. And you can't start when they're old. You got to start when they're young because kids love to be busy, especially 2 and 3 year olds. They love to be busy.
Yeah, and so I think what it is I feel that the stuff, the things that I learned from my parents and other people, it helped me a lot. Because even like
Yes.
sometimes I was used to get in certain jams. Okay, I know how to take care of this, and I know how to take care of that. Maybe it was hard, but I understand. And so
Mhm.
this is what I'm saying: critical thinking, critical. That's what I told people. Critical, basic living is very important because you never know. That's what like. And they also they tell me this. Listen, when you do certain things, do it right this time, so you have
So
to
yeah,
worry about it. Because
exactly.
so in case like something comes up, you could take care of that.
Yep, and
So
you gotta be domestic.
get it right.
People are not domestic. Women are not. You be like, women be like, cook, girl. I don't cook, and I say, you got a husband and you don't cook.
Hmm.
My husband. People think because my husband was quiet and reserved and always smiling, my husband did not play cook. Yes, I better had. I don't care if I was going Christmas shopping with somebody. I was gonna cook before I left, so when he got home, he could have something to eat. And I learned that from my second mother. My second mother said if a man work and pay bills, he should not have to look for food if he's hungry. Never. He should not have
Yeah,
to look for anything. I took his uniforms out and put them on the dresser. I don't care if I was going out of town. I was stacked however many days up down to his socks, underwear, socks, t-shirt, everything on the dresser.
yeah,
I
and I
wasn't
remember.
perfect. I
Yeah,
wasn't perfect. I was not a perfect wife. I never, one thing I never committed was infidelity, but I made sure that my house was taken care of.
yeah, and also, how I said, Mom, how about Dad? Because my father at the time, he got, he was in a long sickness. He's on disability and stuff, and he said that's still my husband. I still got to make things. I still got to make sure the house run right and everything.
When
It does-
when um when they took my husband's CDL, I used to work, make his truck payment, make his pay his phone bill. I did what I had to do, and people call me names for doing what I had to do. But if anything was in his grasp, it was mine. If I say I wanted something, he did his best to get it.
I
No, he was. No,
just
he wasn't
me.
perfect. He wasn't
Yeah,
perfect, but yeah.
yeah. So sometimes that we hear it Sister Heat, Sister Heat is Mrs. O show, and we hear certain things that they was talking about how you spread the mothers and the fathers how they treat their children like they significant ones and they follow because again going back to my father again. He said, I want you to watch something, son. He said, you already know it, but I want you to get a reminder. He always say, that's why I think I want you to give reminders. You see how your mama pick me up? Yeah, from the hospital. You see how she walk with me? I say,
You
yeah.
gotta pretty much marry somebody that won't be afraid to change your pampers if something happened to you.
And but little stuff, right? But little stuff like that, because now we see, not talking about men and women, they children become their significant ones. And again, let me say this again. I see it from my family. Hear what I'm saying? And I
No, I
see
never. I
and I see
want.
it from other families too. Yeah,
I
and it does
pray all
happen.
the time. I pray it does, but I pray all the time. I want all of my strength back. I pray all the time that both of my children find their soulmates. That's my prayer because I know that it's hard with the way the world is going now. But we need man and woman need each other. They really do. And when you're in a marriage, your significant other is not your enemy or your competition. You should never look at them as that. That's your significant other. But we at the 2 hour mark.
Yeah,
Um,
make it. Yeah, I want you. I want to. Is there any question you want to ask me feel free, and then we close
No,
it
because
out.
we'll probably be talking all the time.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah,
probably be
yeah.
talking all the
Yeah, well,
time.
this gonna
How
be a
about we
part two.
how about we go over to Miss O's show?
Yeah, we're gonna go over there, but make your last remarks.
I just want to tell everybody thank you. Just find your peace, find the things that you like, find a hobby, keep it positive, and send in peace and love. That's it.
Okay, and I want you because this is how I do it. You stay right there, make my last remarks, and we're gonna close as a family. Um,
Okay.
the thing, this is a very powerful. This is gonna be a part two. So I don't know when it's gonna be a part two, but I have to understand that she's going through. I'm not going through something, but she had to take care of the thing. So she gonna reach out to me, let me know what's gonna be a part two. But I just want family to understand this, especially our family. And I'm talking about for me. Don't take it like that. I'm coming after y'all. Don't take it like, oh, I'm supposed to do. I just want the best for us because the man has to be in operation within God. The women have to be operation of God, and the kids have to be operation in God. And we have to understand that sometimes tough love, that's what God wants us to give. And I'm just
Mhm.
saying this. It cannot be God arrangement cannot go backwards. We cannot just say that we best friend to our kids. And I'm talking about grown-ups now. Let's take the parents out. I'm talking about grown-ups now. You just cannot be grown-ups to people young now. I don't want to do this now. There are sometimes they need direction. If you're not going to give them direction, it's going to be life that they have to deal with certain things because the real world ain't going nowhere. And I want people to understand it because I have to learn this myself when I was coming up. And I just want us to do better. That's all. That's what me and sister Ateam and other we just want to be better. So let's try to work in God according way. And whatever counsel that we get, let's take it and be better. Uh,
Let's support each other. Jeff
yes,
Sparks, let's go over
yes,
to the Miss O show.
yes. And we
Let's
gonna
and
go.
please like and share her show so she could get let's try to get her to 1,000 by the new year. I didn't look at where you were, but I'm trying to get take heed to 40,000 by the new year subscribers. So
Yeah,
let's just support each other the best that we can.
yeah,
Thank
and
you,
trying to
Jeff
get yeah.
Sparks. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, and also trying to get this
Jason
channel.
Allen, thank you. Let's go to
Thank you.
Miss O show.
Trying to get this channel to be monetized again. And
Okay.
please give us comments. Please, after this, give us comments. You share this out, please. This is very, very important. This is important information, lifetime information over here, yo. Please, and we're gonna support Miss O. Thank you very much. You will see me in a few minutes. I gotta close this out. Thank y'all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye
Be happy
bye.
channel, the underrated darkness, yours with no one grinder. You just finished a sister 18. Will chop it up with me on the Doctors Roundtable. It's been a classic. This is gonna be part one, and part two will be soon. Thank y'all, thank y'all. Let's take the same energy to Miss O and 18. Let people know that you have a great chop up with me. I just
I
messing with
sure will. I
you. Thank
will.
you. I
Thank you
thank
for
you.
having me. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Peace. All right, y'all. So let's take the same energy back over there. Thank y'all. Thank you, Jason. Thank y'all. All right. This one is Ghost. Peace.